Hi guys, Matt Lemke with Through Wargaming Goggles. Today we're going to do a box breaking on BattleTech Alpha Strike. I bought this the other day. This is actually my second filming, to be perfectly honest. I opened it up and I ran out of battery, so I just decided to start over. And inside the box, you get a short story by Brian Young called Chaos Theory. All the pieces parts for the minis and the models, which I'm going to set aside for now. Right there, actually. You get the 40-page quick start rulebook. Everything you need to know to basically play Alpha Strike as a beginner, and maybe a little bit more. You have a BattleTech Game Universe Primer. This is a world primer. It gives you information on all the different houses, the different eras, the current era, and how to use the Alpha Strike box set, sort of. And at the end, it's about new paths of destruction. I believe this is where, like a little primer for where they're going with the storylines. You get all of these buildings. And one thing I did notice on my first pass, there's no map. So that was interesting to me. But you get a bunch of these buildings, which if you want, I will put them together on camera for you. They're just like stand-up little foldies. You get a very nice cardboard, heavy-duty cheat sheet for the quick start rules, which includes the building table, battlefield support, which we'll get into that in a little bit. I have played Alpha Strike twice in I don't know how many years. I played it in 2024 at Gen Con, and I played it at Origins when they were doing play tests, I think pre-pandemonium. Special abilities that are used in the starter. There's an Alpha Strike rule book that is probably a couple hundred pages. And then all the different modifiers for movement and everything on this page. You get trees for punch outs, and you get objective markers. You get your sprint tokens and things that remind you about how you moved, jump, a couple more trees, and a drift template. Now some of the more fun stuff. Okay, so this part here is a little bit repetitious. We're going to go ahead and zoom in as far as I can, pretty much. This is a sniper artillery card. This is battlefield support. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Wait, is it 4? Yeah. And then you get a thumper. They have different target values. They all do about the same amount of damage. And it also has like this is damage type is area effect. And this is a thumper artillery support. You get like 4 of those. You get heavy bombing, which does 2 damage. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. You have light bombing, 4 of those. You have a heavy aerospace offensive attack. Target number 6. It does 2. Damage type is NA. We didn't use these in the demos, so I don't really know if that is an actual type or if it's not applicable. And I'll get into that as I learn to play the game a little bit more. Heavy strike, light strike. There's 5 of those. Oh, and here is the battle support rules. Before play begins, determine the amount of BSPs each player will have. Extraction raid support gets 5. Objective raid supports get 12. Use the following rules when declaring an attack. So basically everything's right here on the card for you. And then we get into the nitty-gritty. We have a Wraith, which we actually have 2 Wraiths. So we have the TR5 and we have the Wraith on the back. And then we have the miniature for the Wraith. Real good amount of detail. And something I want to do when I go ahead and paint these models is for like the next one on the list actually is the Atlas. I have a pewter Atlas that I have not yet painted, and I will go ahead and show you the difference in scale. So one of the things while I got the Atlas out, I'm going to make mention is this is everything. This is your data sheet for the game. If you are familiar to BattleTech, you're used to filling out a bubbles for the whole body. These are your bubbles right here. This is your stuff. Everything. All you need to play the game. You know, here is the Atlas. I think this thing is beautiful. They did a great job with the Atlas. Great amount of detail. And for a guy like me that doesn't like to paint vehicles, I find it intimidating. And then we have the Black Hawk. Black Jack. This is the BJ5 and the BJ3. So for each mech, you get two unit cards. Where is he? Oh, there he is. This is the Blackjack model. Next up is the Warhammer. That's an easy model to find. We have the Warhammer here. This is the 8R, which I think is the more basic one, and the 6R. And the model in and of itself here. Again, great detail. One piece, no assembly. That's one of the, I think, the more appealing things about the newer mechs. Ooh, Archer, that's another easy one to find. Usually. Where is he? I almost grabbed the med kit. Oh, he's underneath my hand. But you have the Archer 7C. And you have the Archer 5R. And here is the model in and of itself. Next up is the Wasp, which this little dude is right there. Oh, and the point values are very different too. This is the point value. And it's the Wasp 5A and the Wasp 3W. And here's the little dude. And just, you know, for scale purposes, I'll put the Wasp here next to the Atlas. Atlas is one of the larger models in the game. Wasp is one of the smaller models in the game. They also have infantry packs now, and dropships, and tanks, and a few other vehicles of the nature. Phoenix Hawk. This is probably my all-time favorite model in the game, and this is the Phoenix Hawk 4M and 3K. I can't tell you how many headaches I caused people to have with the Phoenix Hawk when I was in 8th grade. Might have been 9th grade. Not exactly sure when I started buying BattleTech or when it came out, but I was pretty much ever since the beginning. I regret at one point in time I had to sell everything and start over, so I'm starting over. If you guys want, you know, a detailed battle report and how to play this game, let me know. I'll be happy to film a demo. I want to start doing battle reports anyway, but this is the Locust. You can see that they look a lot alike. They're pretty good. This is Locust 7V and the 3M. We have the Mad Cat, another very popular mech. This is the Timberwolf T and the Timberwolf Prime, and this is the Beast in plastic. Now we've got the Nova T Blackhawk in the Nova Prime. And there he is. Then we have the Pouncer, which really kind of looks like a turtle. It just kind of, I don't know, something about the shell and the head kind of reminds me of a tortoise. I've always thought that of this model. And then here it is in the plastic, low to the ground, designed to be really fast with those legs. It's a sniper though. That's its role. Tells you right there what they're used for. And then we have only a couple left. We have the Fire Moth, which is also known as the Dasher. Extremely fast mech. This is a striker, probably trying to get behind you. Here is, well, this is the Fire Moth D. And then on the other side we have the Fire Moth G. And there you go. I think this is this is the last mech. This is the Warhawk T, the Masakari. And then you have the Warhawk C. All right. And this is what he looks like on the battlefield. From the top down. Rawr. So that's 15 mechs in the that you have physical models for, and then you get 2 stat cards for each mech type, so you get basically 30 playable mechs out of the starter. And then you get pilots that have their rank on them, what role they play, what they represent, a little bit of history on the pilot, and special abilities. So we have Anthony Ryan, Afonso, Kimberly Michelle, Shigeru Kikuchi, Sarah Beth, Jezebel Youngblood, Andrea Andy Ritchie, Gabriel, Sammy Quan, not Quain, Rebecca Green, Kristen Revaz, Robert Gregg, Jacob Benfield, Jason Allen, Arlene Pellegrino, Kevin Street, Cassius McMillian, Milla, Latello, Cecily, Krell Magnus, Gavin, Callista, Catherine, Derek, Lash to Scott, and Aaron Helmer. So inside of the Alpha Strike battle box, I'll call it a battle box. It's not really a 2-player starter. It's an Alpha Strike starter. You could actually play 3 people with this fairly easily, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to do the math on it. But you get all the battle support cards. You get the pilot cards, the cards for each mech times 2. And you get all the mechs, plus the cheat sheet, the rules, the short story. That's a lot. It quite possibly is one of the best starters I have ever seen for $80. For under $100, there's a lot of gameplay here, a lot of replayability. This is really pretty amazing. When I bought this, I did not think it was as good as it was. I just thought it was some mechs, some cards, and I didn't really pay any attention to anything else in it because I want to play more Alpha Strike. I'm really impressed And with that said, I was already impressed with Alpha Strike going into it, but this starter is really amazing. I mean, its price point is insane. If you take a look at the lance kits they sell, they're like $35, $40. So you have 1, 2, 3 lances here. That's $120 right there without anything else. Guys, if you want to get into BattleTech, buy the Alpha Strike starter and then buy the rules. It's kind of a no-brainer. It's a really good kit. Thank you guys for watching. Again, like, subscribe, share, post comments for me. Let me know what direction you want me to go with making BattleTech content. I am going to be here for quite a while, I think. Thanks. Have a great day.
Hi, guys. Meet the Nibbles, who's going to go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.